Hi everyone, welcome back to another session of our data analytics um, video series using Python. And so we are going to continue from where we stopped the last time, which is to view our tables that we've imported from a SQL database, specifically MySQL. We installed a connector, a MySQL connector called MySQL hyphen connector hyphen Python, and we created a connection using our host, host name, database name, port number, um, and some other informations we actually need to create a connection. We created a query to read our tables, two tables we have there. We created a data frame for both tables, and we viewed both tables. We also changed the data type for the date of purchase to date time because mm, just for um, just doing the right thing, right? And the next thing we are going to be doing is to be answering the questions. So the first question on the assessment is, which person bought the most fruit over the entire period? So they are talking about person, which is mostly customer, and the most fruit. So um, so if you go to the table, so we can see person in form of customer and the most fruit, regardless of the fruit types. Most fruit, what goes to my head is total fruit. So we're going to just do a um, somewhat like a, in SQL you will say select customer, then sum of fruit from this table, then group by customer. Then you are going to do an order by. So in SQL you say select customer, let it be customer, comma sum uh, total fruit, total fruit, maybe say as total, then from, no, sorry, made a mistake, from sales info, we'll do group by, we are going to group by customer, and most likely, since we are looking for the person that bought the most fruit, we'll say order by total in descending order. And we can actually write that query, right? All you just need to do is to put the inverted comma and would say equal to customer, right? And by the time we run it, it's not going to show anything. But if we say customer equal to pd dot read underscore SQL, and we'll put customer, then connection to our database, it's going to give us a, so we'll call customer, it's going to give us a table. Sorry, it's showing. Oh, what happened? Hmm. Sales info. They saying that order by descending. Okay, I think I need to add. What did I do? Yeah, customer total food as total. Um, no, is it sales or sales info? Let me go back to my. Yeah, so sales info. mm. Order by, sorry. Very funny. Run that. Gonna run this too. It's saying as error. I think I also need to end with no, I think everything looks nice. Some weird reason. I just wanted to show you how I was going to, okay, so I'm going to do the query elsewhere, or better still, I'm going to restart and run all cells. Sometimes you actually need to do that. Jupyter Lab is a bit funny at times. Oh, so you can see it. So by the time I run, oh, that's interesting. I don't know why I'm showing you that as error. Cost is not defined. For some weird reason it isn't, or really don't know. But if I run it on my SQL, it will show me the response. So if I go to my SQL and I run it, let me see, SQL assessment, and I think I have it somewhere here. Yeah, so select customer. Yeah, if I run this, it's gonna give me a response. Yeah, so the customer that bought the most fruit is Hawa, 2,624. So I can actually do that in I can run that particular scenario in Python. And so there's what they call group by. So I would say sales, which is my table, my sales table. Where is it? Which is here. Okay, cool. So I want to do sales by, then I'll say dot group by. So I want to group by my, what do I want to group by? I want to know the customer that bought most the most fruit. So what do I want to sum? I want to sum by my total fruits, total underscore fruits, then dot. What aggregate function I want to use is sum. And once I do that, I run it, it's going to show me a sum, right? And yeah, it's going to show me a sum. If I want to make it readable, I can just say x, more like a tabular form. I can just paste it here, and I'm going to do a double square bracket customer. I'm going to group by this and run it, and you can see it's more like in a table form, but this you have to do like a, for this to come down to this level, you just have to do a reset underscore index, and it's more, it becomes more readable. Now the other thing I want to do is to know the customer that bought the most fruit. So what I can then do is to say dot dot sum. I'll say dot, I'm going to sort values. I'm sorting values by the total fruits. So it takes argument by, well, how do I want to sort value by total fruits. Then in what order? Ascending, ascending. If you say ascending equal to true, to start from small to big, so but equal to false. And if I run it, you can see the person that bought the most fruit is in the index 0. Now you can also do a limit, head equal 1. You put it dot head, then 1, run it, and it's going to show you just this person, which is pretty cool. And so in order to answer the first question, that's the response to the first question. So just copy this Yep, so I'll say escape A to open a cell before. I'll put my comment tag and I'll make this a markdown so it's more human readable. Go to the next question like that, and I'll just be copying the question. So I have written the question somewhere. I will just populate it. Yeah, so that's how we answer the first question. We would answer the second question, same thing. And so the second question is, how many people purchased fruits? I'll make this a markdown so that can be human readable. Run it. So how many people purchased fruits? The third will be, sorry, please. How many people purchase fruit? So what we just want to know is how many people purchased fruit will be the unique number of people that purchase fruit. So what we're just going to do is to call out the sales table, right? So you can either say sales bracket open bracket close, square bracket open bracket close, call the name of the column, right? Or you can say sales dot, then you call the name of the column, then dot unique will be the if there are any repetitions, maybe one person bought multiple purchase, it's going to appear just one. So it's going to show me just only the unique values under that customer column. And so you can look at it. It gave me an array: Jerry, Philip, Pauline, Jamie, Esther, Sam, Ralph, Hawa, Juliet, Isaac, Joe. The data type is object, but I want to know the number of people, right? So I'll say n unique. So so n unique. So number of unique, and voila, 11. So you've solved that particular problem. Which of these fruits were purchased only in fruits for? This is very interesting. And so in order to do that, I want to know, we are still going to use this unique to know the fruits that appeared in just fruit 1, 2, 3. And so we are going to find the unique list of each of these fruits. So I say fruit, let's say fruit 1 is equal to sales, the sales table dot fruit. So I say fruit underscore 1, I'll say dot unique. Yep. And I'm going to say fruits. I just want to print out my fruits. Fruits 1. Oh, sales in capital letter. Many apologies. So it's really important. So you can see it just showed me the fruits that appeared once in the fruit 1 table. So I'm going to do the same thing for fruit 2, fruit 3, then fruit 4. So I will just copy and paste because I'm too lazy. I'm just going to change it fruit 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be 2, this will be 3, this will be 4. And I'm going to do the same thing so it doesn't replace. So 4, 3, 2. And again, you can print all of them if you so want. So I can say print fruits, so it will be fruit 1, and do just 3, 4, and run it. So it's going to show me each of them. Now, the question they're asking is, which of these fruits was purchased only in fruit 4? So what is just unique to fruit 4 that is not in 3, 2, and 1? So in order for me to do that, I'll have to combine. So this is actually a list, right? I have to combine these three fruits, that's fruit 1, 2, 3, and use 4 to check, is 4 in in this combination. If not, just call it out, basically. So I'm going to loop fruit 4 in fruit 3, the combination of fruit 3, 2, and 1. Now, in order for me to do that, mind you, if I try to check the type, let's see what it's gonna give me. Oh, so it's a numpy, it's a numpy array. Now I can just do to convert it, just a dot to list, and I'm going to copy and paste for everything. So it's going to convert it to a list for me because I actually want a list. I don't want a numpy array. Now if I run it, you can see my class is now a list, which is good for me. So the next thing I'm now going to do is to extend. So I can say fruits. I can create an empty list called fruit, and I'll say fruits dot extend. So I want to extend fruit 1. So I want to add fruit 1, fruit 1, fruit 2, fruit 3. I'm going to, so fruit 2 and fruit 3. And I'm going to call fruit at the end of the day. So it will be fruits. Right. So you can now see that I have a combination of everything that is here inside this place. And in the event I have, okay, so I have pineapple twice. I can now say, I can convert it into a set if I so want, so that a set, it's going to make sure that there's no repetition of any element inside a list. So so a set doesn't take repetition. So you can't have 1, 1, 2. Each item in a set is unique to that particular item, and it only appears once. So if I so want, I could do that. But well, I don't want to do that. I'm just too lazy to do that. And so right now, I've now gotten a combination of fruit 1, 2, 3. What I can now do is to loop. I can loop through. I can loop through my fruits, and I'll just say, I want to get the unique for just fruit 4. So I can create a list called unique. You can name it anything. Now, what I'm just going to do is do a for loop for, let's say, fruit, for fruit in fruits. No, so for fruit in fruit 4. Fruit 4. Now I'll say if fruit, or I can say if not fruit in my fruits, my combined fruits. So I can just say, maybe I should just name this combined fruits, so that combined fruits, so that it doesn't confuse us. Yep, I'll just do this instead. It doesn't cause any kind of confusion. So I'm just gonna do this. Okay, it's run. So combined fruit. So if any fruit that I'm going to loop through fruit 4. Now, if any fruit is not in this combined fruit that belongs to fruit 4, I'll now say unique. That's my list dot extend or dot append fruit. So this is just going to give me a unique fruit that you won't find it in combined, the unique fruit that's in fruit 4 that you will not find it in the combined fruit. So by the time I run it, you can see pawpaw and guava. So basically, but the question here, I think they made a mistake. It was more logical to come up with the answer here. I think the answer is actually pawpaw, but they actually made a mistake. I'll run the SQL equivalent of it for you so you guys can see. Let's see. Yeah, so only, yeah, so this is the equivalent in SQL. I did a union of these. Oh, Control Z, I think is this Shift Enter or Control Enter. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Oh yeah, so again, the reason why Pawpaw was the choice was because I also did it by total fruits, and with that I can either further I can do my further, since I have Pawpaw and Guava, I can now say um if I don't know the one to choose and it's a select only one, I can then say, since I already know that Pawpaw and Guava is not found in fruit one, two, three, I can now do a focus on my fruit 4 and say sales. This is my sales, right? On fruit 4, I'll just say dot. I can say sales 4 equal to sales, and I'm just going to call out where sales dot sales the fruit 4 column, fruit 4 is equal to Pawpaw and I'll say or, actually, because I actually need, is equal to Pawpaw or I think this is it. I remember the syntax. Yep, I think. Okay, so I think is, yeah. So by the time I call this sales 4 out, it's only going to give me this fruit is either equal to Pawpaw or sorry, Pawpaw or Guava. I say Pawpaw, Guava. This Guava. Yeah, so you can see it's either Pawpaw or Guava. Now I can now do a group by. Dot group by. I'll say group by. What am I grouping by? I'll say fruit 4. Fruits underscore 4. Then I want to do a aggregate of my total underscore fruits. Then I'll say dot sum. Then I can say dot sort values for sorting, and yet I don't need to use the by. I can just say ascending because equal false, then run it. So you can see that okay, so the guava is, oh yeah, the guava is looks like the correct answer. Let me check the answer is. Let me restart this and check. I think the guava is. They made a lot of very silly mistakes in this particular assessment. Let me see the answer. Oh, guava is the answer. So yeah, it is silly, but well, what is actually perfect. So in case maybe you are trying, oh, it's just one answer, you can just further, just to clear your doubt, which one has the highest, and you take the highest and move on. And so the next question will now be which fruit came out on top of on top in fruit one. So again, if I get this particular question correctly, they're asking the number of times this particular fruit appeared in the fruit one column. So in the fruit one column, so sales, so we're actually looking at fruit one. So what we'll just do fruit one, we'll just do dot group by, and this time around the aggregate we are going to be using is count. So sales dot group by we are going to do group by grouping by fruits underscore 4. Then we'll see the aggregate. What are we aggregating? We're actually aggregating the fruits one, but we are doing a dot value counts. A value underscore counts. Then we'll do dot sort underscore values. Then ascending is false because we want the highest to be on top. Then we can do dot head. Let's say the top right. Why is fruit 4? Oh, sorry, made a mistake. Fruit 1. So orange is on top, followed by apple, followed by bananas. It's orange appearing 508 times. So orange will be the response here. So how many fruit did Jamie buy? So they are talking about the customer versus total total fruits. You can actually do that by going back to sales dot, we're going to group by customer okay, so we are going to do group by customer, but because okay, let me just, we're going to do total fruits, aggregate is sum, and yeah, so we have everything everywhere. Now we just want a table where customer is just the customer is just Jamie, and in order to do that, I can just add a caveat here: sales. I will now say customer is equal to Jamie. So they said Jamie. Then I'm going to run this stuff. So you can see Jamie is 2,240. What this means is I'm telling, let me just bring this out. I'm telling the table that I only want the table where customer is Jamie, and you see to just give me for customer equal Jamie alone, which is 207 rows. So I'm just actually putting this inside, and I'm now doing the aggregation job by just this particular sub table, and I did an aggregate sum by total fruits and sum, and I was able to get the total fruit for Jamie. So Jamie bought 2,240 fruit, which is what we have here. These are CRUD functionalities in SQL. In the next video, we're actually going to continue from this particular question, and I hope you guys found this insightful. If you do, enjoy this video, if you learned a lot from it, please don't forget to subscribe, share, and like, so that Python's YouTube's algorithm can actually recommend this video to others. Thank you very much. See you in the next session.